Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We're here to continue reading from yesterday. We got the Jews, the monarchy, and the big question. So it's a question of, can I trust the people around me? The Jews and the monarchy are referring to those who have decided to make world domination their life's mission. So right now, among them, they're wondering, can I trust my colleagues? So the world dominators are all looking at each other side eye. Okay? With the side eye. Some of them are now ready to leave because they see that they are involved in a lose lose kind of mission. Where we stopped off yesterday in part one is talking about, well, God was telling those who want to quit the organization that if they do, they just need to expect it to be a challenge. Obviously, their colleagues are not going to let them leave without a fight. And if they leave, they will not be allowed to live in peace as long as they have the power to cause them disruption in their lives. And God was advising those who want to leave to visit their elders, because right now they need inspiration and they need motivation, they need information. And the elders have it. What else? So yeah, this part-time job of world domination that they were into, they can now see clearly that it's null and void. It's a waste of their precious time. So we're gonna continue from there. Most High God, if there's anybody interfering with this reading, please block them so we can receive the messages that you brought us here to receive. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. So let's get the next message. So this is my top secret deck. It's a deck made up of embarrassing secrets. And I just saw the I fought uncontrollably card. Okay. And in the context of this reading, that would mean like just hot air coming out uncontrollably. So it's basically nonsense, which is in line with what we were talking about. Okay, now we have the I hate having sex with my husband card. And at the bottom of the deck, we got business development. Start business. So having sex is not talking about actually having sex, it's talking about the interaction. Okay? The interaction is now dead. So they hate interacting with these people that they've been interacting with in this business development. It's a stupid business. And now they hate it. Right? I was also saying yesterday that the reach of these world domination people is getting smaller and smaller. It's becoming less and less because so many people who they used to be able to depend on have been leaving the organization, so their effectivity has been greatly diminished. So that's good news for those of us who oppose what they're doing, and for those of us who just don't care and don't wish to take part, like me. Because when you oppose what they're doing, and when you choose not to take part in what they're doing, what they do is they harass you. They do shit like the video you saw this morning, water falling on my daughter's bed. That little live that I did, the 2 minute and something live that I did this morning. The fumes, they shut down your bank account, they refuse to renew your passport, they tell lies to the people that you live around about you so that they start to treat you like crap. So they ruin your reputation, they ruin your stability, your financial stability, the social stability, your familial stability. You can't go to a doctor because you can't trust the doctors, because the doctors, most of them are controlled, most if not all. The ones that aren't controlled by them, if they know that that's your doctor or your dentist, they visit them and they get them to change so that they make your experience a bad one. Shit like that. So basically, they make your life in this society a living hell. Or they try to. But as we see, they are becoming less and less capable of doing that, because more and more people are starting to see that these people are not as strong as they claim to be. These world domination people are not as clever as they claim to be. They're not as fortunate as they claim to be. And they're not as effective as they claim to be. They're not as scary as they claim to be. They're not as powerful as they claim to be. And so people are starting to take their power back, the power over their own conscience, the power over their own fate. Because a lot of people who help them, they don't help them because they love them and they believe in what they believe in and they want to help them. They help them because the money's good. They help them because they don't want to become a target. You know, because it's like, if you're not with us, then you're against us, and that makes people a target. And a lot of people, they conform to the system, they conform to the nonsense because they don't want to become a target. But more and more people are starting to take their power back and refuse to become a victim, even if they victimize them. They choose to stand firm in their victimhood because they know that they're conquerors already. It's just a matter of time. So the reason why society doesn't run properly is because of these same world domination people. This is why you can't find police who are fair in their judgments, especially if you're a person who is on their watch list like me. You can't find doctors, you can't find dentists, you can't find corner shopkeepers, you can't find neighbors who are just regular people, because they surround you with their people who are governed by their world domination mindset. And if you're in opposition to them, their job is to make your experience uncomfortable, always. So when they're selling you products, they sell you products that they already have sabotaged. When they're doing your dental work, they don't do it properly deliberately, or they plant bugs in your teeth, like I feel they did with me in 3 of my teeth. When you go to the doctor, they don't give you accurate reports. They make you think all type of things about yourself. Shit like that. They infiltrate your business with fake clients who are meant to come and make your experience in your business a horrible one. They get them to sabotage your equipment, so all of a sudden you find your equipment start going weird. It's because you're a target and you're not allowed to be comfortable because you are either in opposition of these world domination people, or you just don't give a fuck about what they're doing and you want to remain a neutral soul. So it's like you don't have in their mind, you don't have a choice to be a neutral soul, and you don't have a choice to be in opposition to them. They're becoming less and less able to reach people, with their organization getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. I do recommend you watch part one for a proper understanding of what's taking place. Well, for more understanding. Okay, so the subject matter of this part of the reading, we got business partner. Oh Lord. Ooh. So the message, we have dirty skin and we have broke. So dirty skin. What's the skin? Ooh, the skin is the outside. So it's like it's clear to see that they are filthy, they are contaminated, they are ineffective. Because when you look at somebody, the first thing you see is their skin in it. So it's like the fact that they're broke isn't even hard to see, because that's the next card that came out. So yeah, they're saying, well, you don't have no money. It's clear to see you ain't got no money. So let's add that to the list of what they're trying to make us believe, but it's not true. So they're not as powerful as they are, and they're not as rich as they're not as powerful as they try to make us believe they are, and they're not as rich as they try to make us believe they are either. They probably spent most of their money trying to destroy my life. So the underlying issue we have, I have an addiction. The addiction is I can't control my poo. So poo is shit, nonsense, waste, a waste of time, a waste of money. So their addiction is they just can't control the nonsense that comes out of them. So it's like in my case, they see that for years they've been trying to conquer me. Since 2008, they've been trying to conquer me. This is now 2025, and they're still trying to conquer me. So nothing in their brain told them, ooh, this isn't working. We need to stop. Stop pouring money into this. Stop hiring people to do this and do that. Stop because it's not working. Nothing at all said that to them because they have an addiction. They're so addicted and so steadfast in their own mind. Their ego is so inflated with their own delusions that they destroy their own self. They don't see when they should actually stop. Because how much money are you going to pour into a project that you see is a failed project? But because it's just me, as in my case, because there are other cases too, but I only know about mine, so I could tell you about mine. Because it's just me, they think that of course they're gonna win because their numbers are so much more than just me. It's me against all of them. That's how it's been. And yet they've made so little progress as to trying to break me down. They have accomplished little to nothing. The only place they managed to break me down is probably in my physical body. My teeth, they managed to do some damage there. My skin with these little warts, they managed to do damage there. I don't know what's happening with my internal organs, my liver. Maybe they did some damage there with all these chemicals that they've been sabotaging my food with for their dream potions and whatnot. But there's hardly anything. You can't look at me and tell that I'm going through what I'm going through if I don't tell you that I'm going through what I'm going through. So that just goes to show you. So it's been wasted effort. Why? Because they're addicted to doing what they're doing. They're blinded by their own delusions and illusions, their own lies. Because you see, when you're dealing with people like me, aka children of God, the rules do not apply. Science cannot explain us, at least not surface science anyway. We don't fit anywhere on your charts. You cannot program us. And what's the word? You cannot predict. We're not predict. What's the word? Predictive. When you can just tell what somebody's going to do. Whatever that word is, that start with P. Predictable. That's the one. We're not predictable. Just because there's a situation of in motion that should make us sad doesn't mean that we're going to be sad. Just because the situation that's available would make most people angry doesn't mean that we're gonna be angry. Just because there's a situation in motion that would make most people scared, it doesn't mean we're gonna be scared. So you never get what you think you're gonna get out of us. Why? Because God is our strength. We're not regular human beings. And because you think on such a surface level, you cannot fathom us, you cannot understand us, you cannot predict our responses. We don't fit anywhere on any charts when you do your psychological evaluations and your psychological experiments. We don't fit on your charts anywhere. Because we're not living for people, we're living for God. So we don't care what people think about us. Because they're irrelevant, they're powerless. God has all the power. So we make sure we satisfy God expectation of us first. And that's how we win. Right. So yeah, so next we had I'm sexually attracted to someone I shouldn't. So that's talking about how they're attracted to hurting people like us. And they shouldn't, because we are not conquerable. We are not. God didn't create us for us to be conquerable. And like I said, sex isn't talking about the act of sex, it's talking about the interaction. So these world domination people, they are attracted to people like us, and they shouldn't. We are above your rules. We are sovereign beings. Nature itself will stand up and fight for us when no human being would. So there's no way that you can conquer us. Are you understanding that? The best thing for me and you is for you to stay out my way. Because you're only getting your own self. up. You're only destroying yourself when you try to wage war with people like me. Touch not the Lord's anointed. Neither do God's prophets no harm. Because there's a high price to pay. And this is not just broke in your pocket. This is broke in your spirit. Broke in your peace of mind. Broken everywhere. Your whole family will be broken. Your own association that you constructed here, thinking you got a brotherhood and a sisterhood, that's broken. Everything for you is going to be broken. And did we do that? No. You did that yourself. By insisting, addiction, insisting on messing with somebody that you shouldn't. There are a lot of people in this world. Some of them belong to you because they want to belong to you. World dominators. But those of us who don't belong to you, who proclaim that we belong to the Lord, and our actions reflect that proclamation, those are the ones that you should avoid. I'm telling you this for your benefit, because I'm not hurt by you. So it's not for my benefit. I'm annoyed, but I can manage. Because there come a time where you will be so broken that you can't put yourself back together if you continue. God is waiting for you to stop yourself. And if you don't stop yourself, the rules are already in place that you're just going to be more and more and more and more broken. Since you can't hear, you're going to feel. In every area of your life. Remember that. Yeah, because you fart uncontrollably. This is the hot air that's coming out to you. Talking a whole bunch of shit that don't make no sense. It's just empty hot air. The things you said to yourself, you choose to believe them. And after 16, almost 20 years, you don't realize that you've been lying to yourselves and each other about what you can accomplish with beings like me. You got smelly feet. The path that you're on, I'm afraid of. You should be afraid of us. You should be afraid of fucking with us. Look, I hate my life. You should. You should be afraid of us, and you should hate your life because you're losing. Where you really want to win. That's why you invest so much. You really, 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 really addicted to fucking with people like me. You want to control everything and everybody. Who are you? Lying to yourself about who you actually are. And then you expect everybody else to believe your lie. You should hate your life. And that's why those of your colleagues who are leaving the organization, they're choosing a different path. Their feet are about to walk a different path. They don't want to have smelly feet anymore. Let's get your next message. They want to clean up. So even the people you chose to work with don't believe in you anymore. They once believed with you. Now they don't anymore. And if they don't believe you or believe in you or believe with you anymore, that's a cue for us to stop believing in you. You're not who you say you are. It's all illusion. So those who fear you have no business fearing you. Because you're a joke about world domination. You're jokers. about there are too many people living on the earth and you need to kill some. You need to eradicate. And you come on TV and you say that in front of everybody. You go on the internet, you say that dumb shit in front of everybody. You're out of order. God about to put you back in order. So this water dripping problem that we've had in this house, basically since we moved in here, we've been complaining about it. And we've had several people come here claiming to be looking into this situation. All of them came by appointment. And the water is dripping from upstairs, downstairs. And all those who came by appointment, none of them ever went upstairs, turned on the water from upstairs, and actually listened downstairs to hear the dripping or see the dripping that we're talking about. And that is standard procedure. This morning, unannounced, we had some people, two men, come here to check out the situation. And the first thing they did was one of them went upstairs to turn on the water. The next one stayed downstairs to listen to hear where this dripping is coming from. And I said to them, nobody that came here ever did that. And you would think that that would be a standard thing to do. So what does that show me? When we have these scheduled visits, it's your muumuus that you send out to come pretend that they're coming to fix the problem. This morning, the people that came here unannounced. That means there was no indication for anybody to intercept. And that's the reason why we were given good service this morning. They actually did what they're supposed to do. And they found two of the drips. That terrible one, they didn't find that one yet because we're thinking that it's coming from the next apartment, not the one upstairs. Number 137. So they're still working on it. But the service was consistent and respectable. Even their attitude, their aura. It's been a long time since I've been around people who felt genuine, who don't feel like actors. So in order for me to get good service, we have to keep everything out of the system. Or else you would have intercepted it and sent in your fake plumbers and your fake workmen as usual. So you see, slowly, my case is being seen too because your very colleagues that you could once depend on because you told them so much lies about me, about who I am and why I'm a target. They're seeing that you've been lying. So now they're going to do what they can to put things right. And I thank them. So even around me in my environment, Your reach is diminishing. I know you don't like that. You should. You should like that. You should leave me alone. Because everybody that work for you, you're not only destroying your fate, you're destroying theirs too. And they're seeing that. And that's why these colleagues no longer want to work with you. Because they're like, you're not going to destroy my life. This is nonsense. So more and more people are seeing that. And I'm happy. I want to make my every waking moment a miserable one. Your power is fading in my life. And I thank God and those who are now seeing the truth and doing what they can, standing up against you to put things aright. Because Malika was like, I didn't know they were coming. We're going to keep it just like that. I told Malika I was happy that we didn't know they were coming, and she asked me why was I happy. But me, I'm always watching the game. I'm happy because that means that shit wasn't in the system. Therefore, it was unable to be intercepted by secret agents. That's why I'm happy. It's my job to watch the game. So, the subject matter of your next part of your message, we got move your body. I'm hearing like move your ass. Get the fuck out my way. Should leave me alone. Move your body, meaning move all your men, all the secret agents, the whole body of people that you got trying to fight me and break me down. Move them. Stand down. From all the beings like myself. And it's only for your own good. It's not for our good only. It's mostly for your good. Because as you can see, we're still going strong. Still effective. Still swaggerific. So we got breathing therapy, but it was in the reverse. You know what breathing in the reverse mean? Let's check it to make sure it's meant to be interpreted that way. It feels at peace like this. Yeah, so breathing in the reverse. And why was this card in the reverse too? Okay, I was holding the deck upside down. But that's definitely meant to be interpreted in the reverse. The opposite of breathing is what? So the underlying issue, we got music therapy. Followed by weight therapy. Followed by sound going out. To stay inside. So this is talking about the nonsense that you have in my kitchen. All these little setups that you have to pour out these fumes in my home. That's meant to affect my breathing. The underlying issue is music therapy. You know, music is a certain pattern. It's just sound. Any sound, any pattern you want. But we need to watch the weight. So this is talking about the way how things are going, like weigh the balance. The music that you want me to dance to the beat of your drum, so to speak. And the dance that you want me to do is a death dance. And only God knows how many other people you set this thing up for in their houses. God said you need to send out the message that they need to stop, stay inside. They need to pull back, stop pushing it out into our environment. We got flower therapy, gentle touch therapy, Reiki energy healing therapy. You see that? So flowers are gentle, flowers are nice, flowers are pleasant, flowers have a great smell. God saying, be gentle to us, be kinder to us, so that we can heal. So this is a warning. You need to turn that shit off. All of them. The ones in the light, the ones in the sink, the one that you've attached to the heating system, the ones in the electrical sockets. You're being warned to turn them off for your own good. We got seek professional assistance. Go outside. We got winding therapy, vibrating therapy, sound coming in therapy. Go for a run. You're going to get pushed out. That's the threat. We got warm water therapy. Go for a walk. So you can either walk yourself out of our lives or you can get pushed out of our lives. That's what this is saying. So seeking professional assistance is talking about those who are going to stop you by will or by force. You will do it. So it's like if you don't choose to do it yourself, God is going to activate some people to make you do it. Seek professional assistance. Go outside. Leave us alone. We got winding, vibrating. So time is winding down and the vibration is slowly shifting. Where people who are working with you in doing this nonsense to me, they're not willing to work with you anymore because they know that you're doing the wrong thing and you're making them collect bad karma. So they don't want to collect no bad karma on behalf of your dumbass, Mr. and Mrs. World Domination. They know that I'm innocent now and they're going to do whatever it is. So this sound coming in therapy is you need to listen to the sound that is coming into you right now, giving you this warning. Go for a run or else you're going to get pushed. Leave us alone by will or by force. Right now, things are still warm. The situation isn't that dire. You have time to quit yourself. You can walk away with your pride intact. Or you can bring damnation on yourself. Either way, you will stop. That's what this message is saying. Because you're not going to stop my breath. Look how long I've lived in this house. And in the last one. How much have you accomplished in trying to stop my breath? You've been trying to stop my breath since the last house. That's your warning. Let's get your next message. Marika,
Yeah.
turn on the heat for me, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. All these little clever gadgets. You think that you're so clever. You and the people that hook them up for you, y'all think you're so clever. Y'all think you're gonna be so effective. ineffective nonsense. Chanel hasn't done anything to deserve this. And that's why it's gonna be put right. By will or by force. You can do this the easy way or the hard way. And that don't just go for me. That go for everybody that you have under this type of torment. So whether you're trying to stop our breath by gunshot or by slow poison or by stressing us to the point of us wanting to delete ourselves, whatever the fuck plan you got in motion, God said you need to stand down. Or else. Let me tell you something. You're not hard to kill, you know. And God knows who you are. You think that you're hard to get to? You could be eating a candy one day and that shit go down your throat and get stuck. And just like that, you're finished. You could be eating your very dinner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or even a snack. And that shit gets stuck and stop your breath. You think you're hard to get to? You could be walking outside one day and accidentally fall down somewhere. You could be leaving out your bedroom going downstairs to go to your kitchen and you fall down your stairs. You think you're hard to get to? You want to be making it your life's mission to take the lives of innocent people? Because you want to play God? You want to be God? You don't know nothing about nothing, but you want to be God. You have no power over anything, but you want to be God. You're not hard to kill. Mr. and Mrs. World Domination, you're not hard to kill. If the real powers that be wanted you finished, you'd be finished. You and your loved ones. Stand down. So, the subject matter of this part of your message, we have, do you stalk me? Yes, you do. Is somebody stalking you? Yes, they are, Mr. and Mrs. World Domination. Yeah, you're being watched too. You're watching me and somebody's watching you. You're watching us and somebody's watching you. It's not safe for you anymore. And that's why you have these big questions. Who can I trust in this organization anymore? Who the fuck can trust you? Bitch. I told y'all this was coming. We keep telling y'all this is coming. How many times have we had readings like this for you? It took us nearly 20 years to get here, but finally we're here. 2008, 2018, plus 5, that's 13 years, that's 2023, 14, 15, 15 years, going on 16 years. Interesting. So we have, do you want children? That's the message. Do you want children? Interesting. So the underlying issue we have here is, do you have any thoughts or experiences that haunt you? Capitals. Or haunt you. So big haunting and small haunting. So you want children and you can't have any? I wonder why. You think the world need more idiots like you in it? I don't think so. Well, funnily enough, maybe somebody around you is doing something to you to stop you from being able to conceive. We thank them. The same way you do shit to stop me from being able to do whatever. You hire you get a dentist that's gonna come and not do the job properly. Why did you change my original dentist? Was it getting to his conscience? Because that man was there for a long time. Eh? All of a sudden, y'all switched him and put in some next. What was it? Was that a woman? At one point, it was a man. I don't remember if there was a woman as well. Oh no, there was a woman assistant. So the first dentist that did what he did to me, because I've had cavities for a while, and I'd go there and I know what the cavity thing them smell like, and I also know what super glue smell like. The last time this man did my tooth, he used super glue, and after that I never saw him again. So it's like he couldn't handle dealing in that type of lifestyle. Like, what am I getting caught up in here? When I went back to the dentist the next time, the man wasn't there. So usually there's a certain assistant that is with him. On that day that he used the glue, there was this next chick there with him. She's not the regular assistant, and she didn't know much about the tools and stuff that she's supposed to give him to, because he had to be correcting her as to what she should be giving him so that he can do his job. So I know that she's not a qualified dental person. That's not her fucking job. So she must have been the secret agent there to make sure that he put the bug or whatever this thing is, a tracker or whatever y'all put in my tooth. Now, after that experience, here comes this next dentist. And he now, he put two more in my teeth, two other teeth. So I got three of them in my mouth. And he used the super glue too. One of my teeth he actually filled properly. The next one, there's a hairline fracture that he was supposed to fix. That didn't get touched none at all. The man decided he gonna drill it out and put whatever the tracker or bug or whatever is in my tooth instead. And the hairline fracture is still there when that's what he was supposed to fix in the first place. And he did two of them that day, and he used super glue. He did three fillings for me. One he did properly, and the two he used super glue to put whatever he was meant to attach to my tooth in my mouth. So the same way that you got people who are posing as this and that, somebody around you is posing as this and that too and stopping you from have children. We don't need no more like you in the world, and I feel like whoever that is close around you like that, them feel so too. We don't need no more like your fucking ass around here. Hell nah. We gonna let that lineage dead out. You're a bad batch. So the underlying issue, do you have any thoughts or experiences that haunt you? So perhaps there's something in your memory about this children's situation. Or maybe you're just tormented by the fact that you can't have children. And we got, if I did something to and it hurt your feelings, would you tell me? And then that's followed by, what's your favorite? I feel like you seriously want children, but you're not getting any. And then look at the next question. What is one of the weirdest things you do because you like it? I won't judge you, maybe. Your answer would be seeking to take over the world. That's one of the weirdest things that you do. Decide to set your sights on world domination. Then we got, do you find yourself afraid to take accountability for your actions sometimes? Do you? Or do you fully stand in your world domination persona and say, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I'm that. And what? Here we go. Would you prefer honesty even if it will hurt your feelings, or lie to you? Define the term toxic relationship in your own words. This is the part where you should say being in a relationship with and put your name in the blank. That's a toxic relationship. If you were a man or woman and you met a man or woman like yourself, would you date you or like you? What do you do for self-care? I'll tell you one thing you should do is leave us the fuck alone. That would be the best thing you could do for yourself when it comes to your self-care, Mr. and Mrs. World Domination. That would be the best thing you can do for yourself. Because you coming after us is gonna make every other part of your life fall apart. Because the same way that you're manipulating our life for us to have problems in every part of our life, the roles are being switched. The tables are turning to where now your people are turning on you, and you're gonna find yourself experiencing a lot of difficulty in every area of your life if you don't choose to leave us alone, and you don't know who's doing it. And that's why this big question is, who can I trust anymore? Bitch, you deserve to be able to trust anybody? Do you deserve to be able to trust anybody. No. Live with it. Do you enjoy spending time with me? Ah, do you have any stalkers? Motherfuckers. Look at this one. If you could be who you truly want to be without caring what anyone thinks, describe yourself. Yeah. So, do you want children? I want to look some more into this. I want to be nosy. Like, why would God ask you this? What more would you like to tell us about this? We want to be nosy. What more could you tell us about this? Do you want children card? Why are you asking them this? Like, well, what do you want to tell us about it? Hi, 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 hi. Matter of fact, we're gonna do a quick shuffle. We're not gonna dig all the way in. We just want to be a little bit nosy. Just a little bit nosy. If the card like ask your angels or something like that, it's like you have the nerve to pray for children. And you expect God to listen to you? Let's see. Oh. So, first card we have is the situation will improve. And then we have the don't stop card, but it's kind of in the reverse. Let's check to see if it's meant to be in the reverse or not. Ah, look, the underlying issue is romance. They do want children, and God is like, man, fuck you. God is like, nah, we had enough of you. Shit. One of you is enough. It's meant to be this way. Okay, the situation will improve. Don't stop. All right. Well, God is the type to give you these children, and these children end up being the end of you. Yeah, we got romance and then forgiveness and remain positive. We got you already. So you want to take the lives of all these people because there's so many people in the world that we need to delete some. There's too many people on earth, but you want to have more children. You want children. You want to kill other people's children, but you want to have children. What do you think God should do with you? Who thinks like that? What kind of person? You want to take the lives of so many without mercy, and you want Mother Nature, the universe, God, whoever the hell you call on, to give you children so you can add to the population. I thought there were too many of us. And God is like, yeah, you can have children if you stop. Forgiveness. God said, if you stop being a jackass, I will let you have children. But those are the conditions. Because if you still continue to be who you are and God allow you to have children, I suggest you not to rejoice. Because that same thing that you love so much is exactly what God is going to use to fuck you up. Because you don't deserve. Your story would be the type of story where we hear some little child deleted their parents and we wonder why. It's because the world doesn't know you. God knows you. You want children. God is like, you want children? I'll give you your children, but I need you to do something for me. Are you willing to do this thing for me or not? What are you willing to do to get these children? You live a life where your every focus is on destroying other people's children's lives. And you want children. Let's get your next message. That's hypocrisy. We got be assertive, and at the bottom of the deck we got no need to worry. God's promises are sure. God's making a trade with you. If you want children, you can have children. You're going to have to stop the nonsense that you're doing. And if you don't stop and God give you children, I suggest you not to rejoice. It's not a good sign. Imagine going to your kitchen and you're afraid to eat the food that's in your kitchen. I'm afraid to use milk. I'm afraid to use the sweetener. Why? And if I use those ingredients in cooking the food, I can't eat the food that I cook. Soon you'll be going to your kitchen and being afraid to eat food from your kitchen too. Your world is shifting, and not in a nice way. That's what you deserve. What will the wrong come back to you, star? What goes around come back to you hard? Ooh. Don't blame it on sunshine. So, oh shit, there's more. So, the subject matter of this part of your message is if you believe, believe what you want. Don't blame it on the moonlight. So, the card that came out is communicate clearly, and I heard God say, I communicated clearly. So that's how that should be interpreted. God is telling you, I communicated clearly. Okay, so let's see, let's check out the underline. All right, so we got ask for help from others. So this is talking about your children that you want, the trade that God is making you. Yeah, you asked for children. God says, I'll give it to you if you believe. And whatever you believe, it will be determined by the actions that you do. So you can say you believe this, but your actions will tell what you truly believe. So let's read on. Ask for help from others because it's the perfect timing. So you ask God for children, and God says, I've already said what I said. I communicated clearly to you the terms and conditions of you having these children. Perfect timing to compromise. God is offering you a deal. You do this, I give you that. I'm not even going to repeat. If you want to know what the fuck the deal is, rewind and listen again. I suggest that you rewind to the deck before the deck that's talking about the children, because that was your deal. Leave us alone, you get your children. So compromise, we got to reconsider. Yes, the situation will improve. So we got no, there's no need to worry. But do you believe God? Well, we already started with a if you believe. And that's that. Look, in the near future, too. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. You need to stop. Because, look, I made my shirt, right? To advertise my business. It's got my name and my number on there, right? How are people going to contact me if you got my phone blocked off? So you gotta remove that too. Yeah. What other restrictions are there? My my YouTube, all these funky numbers, these fake ass numbers, these fake ass statistics that you be uh advising these people to put out to represent my work. You need to stop that too. When I go to renew my passport, you need to allow me to pass through without issue. These are all terms and conditions of your contract, if you say you want children. Next thing, when I go to open my next bank account for me to receive my money, I want free pass. Let me do what I'm doing. I'm not looking for no extra favors. I just want to be treated as a respectable citizen of society because I am. I want my money to be protected. And to those of you who are thinking of stealing my money, remember, it's God's money that you're stealing. So when shit start going wonky in your life because you stole from me, just remember, you're not stealing from me, you're stealing from the Most High God. It's God's business, not mine. I am just the instrument. Okay? So you can stop lying to the people about how I only get 4 views and 2 views and 0 views and all that nonsense. And on my Instagram, I'm over there doing my live, and apparently there's never nobody there. We know that's a lie too. On my hair page, the numbers are funky and fake too. On my Facebook, the numbers are funky and fake too. You need to stop lying on me. You need to stop tormenting me. And you need to free me up to be the respectable citizen of society that I am. That's the deal. So I get to breathe clean air in my house. My daughter get to sleep in her bed without having to worry about dirty water falling on her bed. We get to go to the shop and buy food that's only contaminated with the contaminants that you're serving everybody else. Don't put no extra contaminants in our food. And if you know what's good for you, you will stop contaminating the food that everybody is eating. If I'm gonna buy tobacco, we want tobacco that's not contaminated. You need to take Craig, Azim, and Jackai, aka Chris, and Nathan. Keep them away from me. Tell them to stay out of my dream life. I don't want to see their fucking faces. I want nothing to do with them. And you see that friend that God is providing me? You know the one I'm talking about. The superstar guy. Y'all need to pull back all your dogs and your cat and your rat off of him too. Back up. Get out of our way so we can do God's work. Or don't. And God will know exactly what to do with you. God will know exactly who to inspire to do what needs to be done to you. And you will eventually be moved out of our way anyway. So let's see how you choose to play the game. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. And you can pretend you don't know the man I'm talking about. God know what you know. So you could try fool God if you want to. But y'all going back the fuck up off of him too. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. Nee, 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 nee. Nee, 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 nee. Yeah. Nee, 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 nee. Nee, 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 nee. And you see, the next time I need to go to a dentist, don't let it be a fake dentist. Don't let it be one of your secret agents. Get out my way in this society. Period. Get out of my way and all the people who support me get out of our way. That's the deal. Alright, so the subject matter, we got two more decks, this one and one last one. So the subject matter of this part of your reading, yeah, God said if one wanted to, one would. God said if you want to, you would. So don't come try make no, don't try create no impression as if to say you can't. So God is already shooting down any opposition or any rejection of that deal. So don't come try make no excuses to God as to why you can't. God no want hear that. God say if you want to, you would. If one wanted to, one would. Okay? Okay. You're not gonna not want to and not pull off your dog and your cat and your rat them off of us and still get what the fuck you want. You think you can fool God? You idiot. Interesting. I'm just curious to know what the hell this is because it flipped over and it flipped around because it's now in the reverse. Okay, so it's the I don't know how to love you card. I say, yes, you fucking do. Yes, you do. You know how to act like you got some sense. You know how to be respectful to other people. You know how to not cross the boundaries. So now the card that came out is the truth is already known. Alright. I was in the reverse though. Let's see. You try fool God. Okay. This energy is hard to read. Okay. Which one is stronger? Okay. I can't tell which one is stronger. It's like they're both the same, so we're gonna keep this card sideways. So we have the truth is already known, but that's sideways. Interesting that it's sideways. Because we already saw if one wanted to, one would, And we already saw I don't know how to love you come out in the reverse. So you're trying to fool God. You're trying to act like you don't know, but still kind of acting like you know, because you know better. But you're trying to see if you can work your way around this deal. You're trying to see if you can find a loophole or something like that. Let's get the underlying issue. That's it. The truth is already known. God already know that. Do you know what the word omniscient mean? OMNISCIENT. Omniscient. Why are you trying to insult God's intelligence, bro? Mr. and Mrs. World Domination. Why are you trying to insult God's intelligence? See, you're already starting out wrong. Anyhow, let's check out the underlying issue. So we got, if one wanted to, one would. We got embarrassing secrets. God already knows. Look up the word omniscient. One should explain oneself. You got family problems. You want children. That's your family problem. We got, I'm tired of that friend or friends. So that's talking about your colleagues. That's encouraging you to be a Mr. or Mrs. World Domination. Because they're putting you in legal problems, aka karma. So because you're doing this nonsense that you're doing, that's why God ain't giving you no children. That's your punishment. That's your jail sentence. Having a deep desire to have children and not being able to have any. You see how real court and real jail works? You only have control over the physical realm, sort of. So you can rise above the law of the land, but you can't rise above divine law. You see how God have you in jail? So you're trapped in your desires to have children. Can't get out. Eight of Swords. You're stuck. You're free, yet you're not. Ain't that crazy? Legal problems. With which law? It's not the law of the land. You can do whatever the fuck you want when it comes to those laws. You got the police on your side. You got the courts on your side. You got CPS on your side. Everybody's on your side. They basically work for you for the moment anyway. The schools are on your side. So you can't get in trouble with them. So which law are you having legal problems with? Open your eyes. Divine law is a thing that should be acknowledged and respected. Just because you don't see it with your two physical eyes, it don't mean that the rules don't still apply to you. They're going to apply to you anyway. All when you don't know that they even exist, they still apply to you. You just get burnt over and over again until you realize. So legal problems, I really, really like you. But we got friend problems. God said be honest. You don't like these friends. Look, I was told something bad about you. So you're trying to make these people believe that you actually like them. You don't like them because you know that they're bad. They have addictions. That's the bad thing. They're addicted to doing dumb shit to innocent people. Cheating their way through life. Being tyrants. Mental problems. So God said, you know you don't want to be with them people. Stop acting like you want to be with them people. So this is for the rest of you who are on the fence. So there are those of you who are already leaving. God already addressed those in the first part one. These are for those of you who are thinking of leaving, but you haven't quite made up your mind yet. God is having you understand without a doubt that the reason why you want children and you can't have any is because you're with these people doing these nonsense things to people who don't deserve it. God said, how can you expect to be treating people like that? Hurting other people's children, and you want to have children of your own. God said, no. If you want me to open your womb or activate your sperm so that you can have your own children, children who carry your own DNA, you are going to have to treat other people's children with the respect that they deserve. How bad do you want children? What are you willing to do to get these children? That is the question. Are you willing to change these horrible ways that you don't like anyway? Or are you going to allow yourself to keep doing the wrong things so you can be accepted by these fake powerful people? To remain a member of the upper social class that's going to hell. How badly do you want these children, God says? What are you willing to pay? This is your last deck to bring you your messages from. About you want children. You spend your every waking moment trying to destroy other people's children. But you want to be blessed with children of your own. Is that why you destroy people's children? Because you're so upset that you don't have your own? Is this a vicious circle that you're trapped in? Here's your way out. Let's see what you do with it. I will read about you in the future. Hopefully. Because I was looking on this matter myself. If God don't bring it up, I'll get nosy and come mind your business. And God is going to grant me access. Because you're being ridiculous. How many people's children are you responsible for sending out the command to poison? Why we can't have organic food as standard? Why we can't have clean air to breathe? Why we can't have clean water? Why we can't have more healthy food on the thing? Why is it that the proportions that people are allowed to make in America is so huge? No wonder America have an obesity, a serious obesity problem. The size of your drink cups, the size of your burgers, the size of your portions is just, that's gluttony. That's a sin. Why is that allowed to happen? Y'all like to control society so much. How about you control that? And then you wonder how you got an obesity. And the food tastes so damn good. Of course they're going to, as long as they got the money, they're going to buy it. And they're going to overindulge. Y'all want to be guardians over society and you're doing such a crappy job. In every aspect. It's ridiculous. And then you do stupid shit like fire a Lyft driver when one of these monsters present themselves to go in a little tiny car about she can't fit. Nobody's talking about how low that car already is. She's almost a ton in weight. It's not like it's packages that you can separate the weight and spread it throughout the car evenly. All this weight is gonna be concentrated in one area wherever she chooses to sit down in that car. That car is already touching, almost touching the floor. That car is almost already touching the road. And yet still y'all wanna be talking about lawsuit and comparing that to stopping a black person from coming in the car. That has absolutely nothing to do with that. Those are not the same. If a black person come in your car, then mash up your car. If she sit in that car and that car move, that car is gonna get fucked up in so many different ways. And it's gonna be the driver's responsibility to fix the car. He's gonna be out of work, can't provide for his family, can't provide money to put roof over them head and put food in their belly and buy clothes for the children if the children need winter clothes and winter shoes. Nobody's thinking about that. But y'all gonna encourage this girl to sue and made lift fire this man. So now the man is still left without a job and still left without means to support his family and keep a roof over his head. This is the type of society that we live in. This is how your courts are run. Want to compare that to a black person or a person of any other race being not allowed to go into somebody's vehicle? Discrimination. You put it under the heading of discrimination. That's not discrimination, that's discernment. That Lyft driver did not discriminate against Dank Demas. That Lyft driver was using his discernment to try and save his little tool that he used to make his money. Shit like that need to stop. That man should have never been fired. Stupid shit like that. And you call yourself guardians. All them things need to stop. That's the shit that God is talking about. So now what became of that man? What became of the people who depend on him for financial support, including the homeowner? The domino effect of what happened to that man. Shit like that in this society. Y'all need to stop. It's senseless. And let's talk about the little 4-year-olds and 3-year-olds that come home. The 4-year-old male children that come home and tell their parent, I'm a girl. And then y'all bring your fucking asses into their lives to force the parent to encourage that little boy to live as a girl. What's that about? And let's talk about the hormone blockers that you give to these children. Let's talk about the mutilation that you encourage these teenagers who knows themselves when they're a teenager. When I was 14, I thought I knew everything. It took me several years to realize I don't know fuck all. You're encouraging these stupid things in society. Allowing men to dress as women and go into women's toilets. This is how you treat other people's children, but you want God to give you your own prince or princess. Putting boy and girl sports and allowing them to win. Putting men in female pageant shows and allowing them to win. Things that people been studying for and working for them throughout their whole life. When your daughter's she's so good and she's been training so hard for so long that she got to the point where she could have got a scholarship. Some boy just come up in her arena and change her whole fate. You allowed that. This is what you do to other people's children, but you want your own children. What become of those people? Do you care? You are all responsible for this, Mr. and Mrs. World Domination. Mr. and Mrs. Guardian of Society. You call the shots. With great power comes great responsibility. Everything comes at a price. I say, you wanna punish these people? You wanna be a dictator over these people? You wanna make these people's lives miserable? I will bless you with that. But you can't have no children. Whatever this great heart desire that you have, you can't have it. That's the price that you pay. So I know that all of you who walk around here acting like you don't care about nobody and you don't care about that you don't care about anything, there is something that each one of you care about immensely. And that's why I made that deck with the I am afraid of. It's so that we can find out what your fears are when I'm ready to use that deck. Because everybody's afraid of something, including you, Mr. and Mrs. World Domination. Everybody really loves something, including you, Mr. and Mrs. World Domination. You like to look for people's Achilles heel, so you know exactly how to get to them. When I'm ready, I can get to your Achilles heel, so I could tell the people who need to know just how to get to you. Remember that. I'm just chilling for now. Let's see how you play your card. Let's see how you play the game going forward. You got things up your sleeve. I got things up my sleeve too. Fuck with me if you want to. Fuck with my people if you want to. And then pay for it. Um, Okay, so the subject matter of this part of your reading, we got let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. That's the subject matter of this part of your reading. So you've been trying. So if you've been trying all the IVF and all type of other stunts to get pregnant and you're just not getting pregnant, that's the power of God working in your motherfucking life. So you need to see that shit for what it is. God said, "I did that. I'm doing that." Cause you're getting on my last nerves. You don't deserve no children. You hurt other people's children on a daily basis for fun and for fuckery. So you can't have any. You want some children, you're gonna have to treat other people's children with respect. How about that? The only way you can have children and be happy with your children is when you treat other people's children with respect. So, like I said, if you choose to continue being a tyrant, being Mr. and Mrs. World Domination, and you ever conceive, just know, say, it's not a moment to rejoice. It's an abomination. It will be an abomination to you. The only way you can have children and enjoy them is when you start to treat other people's children, we the people, with the respect that we deserve. So we have let your friends help you. We got the cards that came out is keep an open mind, attraction, deception. That this could be the one. So if you've been trying to go around to do all these IVF treatments and all that other crap, like I said before I even got these messages, God say you need to let go of your control issues, bruv. None of that shit is gonna work. Because God said, I got the keys to the city. Not me, but God Almighty. I decide when your womb work or when your sperm work, when your fallopian tube and your ovaries work. I decide that, not you. So you're deceiving yourself every time you think this could be the one. Spoiler alert. It's not. So you're going around keeping an open mind, trying to attract this child, this conception. God said you're deceiving yourself thinking that it's ever going to work. It's not going to work. Because there's a price that you need to pay for that to work. You're not getting no children around here while you're treating other children like they're garbage. Comprende? So let go of control issues. So you can stop wasting your money and you can stop wasting people's time trying to get them to help you conceive. We got express your love to free yourself. That's the only way. Treat people's children with respect. Express your love to free yourself from this childless, this bondage of childlessness. God said, trust it. It's worth waiting for. Let go of control issues and express your love to free yourself. Trust that it's worth waiting for. You want children? This is how you're going to get them. This is the only way. Because if God ever allow you to conceive and you haven't changed your ways, just know it's not a time to rejoice. All right, so that brings us to the end of your reading. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Yeah, until next time. Let's see what other shenanigans God's gonna come up with. Oh, this one hasn't been so bad. This one's not as irritating as the other ones. I didn't get high blood pressure from this one. I'm good. Until next time. Bye bye.